Good morning, Aisha. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Hi, Tanya. Vijay Lakshmi, good morning. I hope you're all doing good. I'm good, Aisha. Thank you. Sorry about the poor lighting. Hi there. Good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. How are you? Long time. Thank you so much. Yes, Cheryl, I've been away for a long time. Some uh, personal challenges, so I've not been able to make videos. Aisha. Good morning. Hi, Nasreen. I'm actually not going to be baking anything. I'm waiting so that you guys can bake, and if you need, I can help you. I'm good, Cheryl. All well at home. My son is in 11th now, so he has his exams and some more challenges on the personal front. So I've not been able to make any new videos. I hope I'll get back to it very soon. Hi, Pavi. Yes. Less sleep, Cheryl, and poor lighting here. So, have you all tried to? Have you ever baked granola? Hi, Mike. Good morning. Hi, Nidhi. Oh, that's great, Cheryl. That's really good to know. Thank you so much, Pavi. So, how have you all been? And I think you might also have exams if you have kids at home. Exam season now. I'm thinking I'll make a series of these live sessions where I will choose a recipe and then you can bake if you haven't baked, so that you can, I can be around to help you if you need any help with anything. Thank you so much, Pavi. I'll convey it to my son. Cheryl, you surely must try baking granola. It's a really good thing to make at home. Hi, Paramjeet. Good morning. Nisha, not really. You can use vanilla or chocolate essence if you have. That's not a problem. That's great, Mike. I look forward to see and hear what you have baked. I hope you enjoy baking. Vijay Lakshmi, did you weigh the ingredients? And I hope you use the right size tin. Because if the or even if the baking powder is not good, then the cake might not rise enough, and so it becomes a very small compact loaf, in which case you will feel that there is more oil, because the total quantity of oil is not spread throughout that bigger loaf, so you might feel that it's a little oily. But Nisha, you would definitely need to use cocoa or baking chocolate to get the taste of chocolate. But the essence could be either vanilla or chocolate, though I would prefer vanilla. Surely, Vijayalakshmi, please do share any pictures. I would love to post it on my Instagram feed and even on YouTube stories. That would be really nice. Hi, Soumya. Hi, Nishan. Welcome. So I've also been posting stuff on YouTube stories, some random stuff, some pictures or some videos or some short videos I've been shooting on my phone. because I'm currently not able to shoot the regular way. So I was thinking that I could shoot some small mini videos, especially if somebody asks me a question and I can I can reply through a video and show you something. I thought that would be a good way to connect with you, with all of you. So I hope you will be checking your YouTube app for updates on stories. No, Neetha, you can't use curd instead of baking powder. Baking powder has a different role to play in baking, so you can't substitute baking powder for uh, curd. That would not work well for you. Please try to stick to the recipe as much as possible so that you get good results. Don't deviate from the recipe. Would you like me to do more of these bake along live sessions? Please let me know so that I can plan ahead for the upcoming sessions, or we can do whatever you would like to do. Yes, that's really good to know. I thought, that would be a good way, because a lot of us want to do things, but there's some kind of reluctance, something that holds you back, and until there's some kind of external push, it doesn't really happen. It happens with me, so I end up not doing things for a very long time. So I thought maybe this is a good way to start, and then we could just bake together and interact along the way. So granola is one of the very, really friendly recipes you could try, because it doesn't involve anything by way of technique. There's no technique, like, even if you're doing something for the first time, because otherwise, usually, if you're baking something, say a cake or cookies or muffins or anything, so the way you mix things and the tools you use, everything makes a lot of difference to the texture and ultimately the taste also. But granola is not that kind of a bake, so you could just as long as you don't burn it, then you are good. So I thought that would be a really easy recipe to try. So you should definitely try baking granola. You don't have any fancy ingredients, and there's not a long list of ingredients you need to get. Just some basic things like oats, honey, and some nuts, or chocolate, peanut butter, or any other flavor. So there are a couple of recipes on my blog. I can share the link in the description box once we save this video. So maybe you could take a look. Um, and then also, when you're baking other things, you can't really open the oven door. The cake, or the cake will deflate, and then your cookies also will not have a good texture. But it's not the same with granola, because there's no baking powder, nothing in it, and so it's a really easy and a very friendly recipe. And once you start making granola at home, you'll not want to really buy those granola bars, or even granola, or even the cereal you buy, the packaged stuff, that will start sounding very, very boring, and you will not want to eat that. When you can easily make so many things with yeah, so many different flavors, then you really don't want to eat the same boring stuff with all those chemicals and preservatives in them. So please do try it sometime. Neetha, I have made a video on whipping cream. I can share the link with you, so you can check that video. I think that might help. Laina, what more are you baking your cake on? And is it taking 10 minutes to bake is that the total baking time? So sometimes what happens, especially if you are baking in a convection microwave, and by mistake, if you have set the oven on microwave mode, so that is when usually things end up becoming very hard and over baked, because you're cooking it on microwave mode. It's not on convection mode. But otherwise, only mini cakes can bake in 8 to 10 minutes, not the regular size cakes. Can you tell me more about the recipe you tried, or what were the ingredients, or how you did it, Lina, so that I can help you? Sometimes cakes become hard. No, Prima, you can't make it. You can't whip cream with homemade malai. That would be very difficult. So, hi, Garima. Yeah, you can try to temper the chocolate and then you can use it, Garima. You could use either, but I think that will be a different process all by itself. So you need to learn how to do it, and then I think you're good. Thank you so much, Sumangali. Garima, for brands in chocolate, I have made a separate video about chocolate where I have mentioned various brands. In India, you can try either Mode Pure Chocolate, or there's also Calibot, so you can try that as well. Both of them are good, but try not to use compound chocolate if you're going to be eating it. It is okay if you want to decorate something with compound chocolate, that's easier to work with. But if you want to eat it, then I would suggest that you not use compound chocolate. It's not real chocolate, so it doesn't taste great either. So please avoid that. Lina, if you have baked at 180 for 35 minutes and your cake is hard, there could be various factors for your cake turning out hard. It depends on the recipe and your mixing method, and if you overmix the cake. And when you typically make a cake, then the baking powder and baking soda give out some bubbles in the batter, so which makes your cakes airy and light. So if you destroy those bubbles in the process of mixing, then your cake will be hard. Or even if there is very less liquid, in which case the measurement may not be right, so even then the cake may be hard. You can use normal oats like Quaker, Safola, and these quick cooking oats. I normally don't prefer those very thick, chewy oats. I don't enjoy eating that. But you can easily use Quaker or Safola kinds. That's fine. That's good. Thank you so much, Rachna. Yes, you have your chocolate brand Garima. You can use there's Mode, and there's the high-end brand called Calibot. That's also good, so you can try that. Hi, Anil. You can, it depends on your requirement. What kind of what's your requirement for baking? If it is just for a small family and you want to bake it for home purpose, like say for 2 or 4 people, then a convection microwave is good. That's fine. But if you want to bake in larger quantities, you want to do baking for commercial purposes, then it will be very difficult to use a convection microwave because the batches will be really small. So you can, depending on your requirement, either both convection microwave and an OTG, both of them work well. So you can buy either of them. Anil. Hi, Priya. Priya, liquid color available in India. So I'm not really aware of any good Indian brands, but definitely in India you can buy Wilton gel colors online. That's a good brand. I've been using it, so that's good. And if you're in Bangalore, you can go to there's a shop called Arif in Koramangala 7th Block, Bangalore. You can go there, or you could also go to Institute of Baking and Cake Art. That's on Mission Road. Um, and there's also Adams in Shivaji Nagar. Uh, then there's Jamal's, that's in Koramangala again, and in a couple of other forum malls. So you could try that. Yes, Prima, you can definitely make granola with normal store oats. That's what I use always, and I really like granola made with that kind of oats. Okay, Lina, please do let me know if you bake again and tell me how it turns out. If possible, please do send me a picture of your cake. I would love to see that. and then go in for a convection microwave. Assuming you already don't have a microwave at home, then a convection microwave will suit your purpose. You could go in for that. I've been using my LG convection microwave, and it's a really good brand. So maybe you can check out the latest models. You can find some links in my video descriptions for popular brands and stuff like that. You could check that out. You're welcome, Priya. Anil, for OTG for four people, then you can go in for some any 30-liter OTG, 32 liters. That should don't buy something smaller than that, because you would have to really struggle with the pan sizes and scale down recipes and stuff. But otherwise, you can go in for Morphy Richards, or there's also OTGs by Chroma of late, so they're also supposed to be good. So you can go in for one of those. Calibot doesn't make compound chocolate, I think. So you can buy it online, Garima. I think you can go to their website and place an order, and you could also find them on Facebook and Instagram. So maybe you can message them. I got it from a store here in Bangalore, so I've not really purchased it online. Uh, Gitanjali, for making chocolate ganache, you could use good quality chocolate. Any kind of pure chocolate will be good. You could use um, um, Calibot or Mode. These are two brands I can suggest. Thank you so much, Muslima. Thanks a lot. Uh, Prema, if you want to learn simple baking, then I think you could find a good workshop. There are a lot of workshops conducted by home bakers. You could try to do one of those. But anything you do, I think you would need to do at home more than attending a course or attending a workshop. Then what you do really will help you. Uh, I will just take a look around, and maybe I will get back to you. I will reply to your comment, or put a this thing, or you could just send me an email. I will reply to that, because I might forget replying, getting back to you. Yes, Vijay Lakshmi, you can bake. Some people bake with both the bottom and top rods on. I prefer to bake with only the bottom element on. It depends on you and what works best for you in your oven. Whatever you prefer, you can try both. Anil, which oven? I use Morphy Richards 40 liters OTG, and I use LG convection microwave. Priya, definitely we can do that. I would love to meet you all, so it will be great. So I've been planning to do it actually, but I've somehow not been able to get around to doing it. But yes, we can all just we can all meet up and make something together. I'll definitely try to do that. Thank you so much, Anil. Yes, Garima, I'll surely do that. I'll do that. Thank you, Prima. So a lot of people ask me about these baking classes and workshops, and where you can go to learn and stuff. So I see that a lot of people do workshops. If it's a workshop, then it is for one day or 2 days or 3 days at the most. Or then you would have to go for extensive baking courses where you'll be learning. But I'm not really aware of any place which will teach you a course in basic baking as such, like as a longer duration course. I mean, like 2 to 3 days workshops are available. A lot of people do that. Even Institute of Baking and Cake Art or Mission Road, I think they also do that. I've not. I mean, I'm not really. I'm not aware of any kind of feedback about those classes, but maybe you could try check that out. You're welcome, Gitanjali. Hi, Chandni. For any kind of baking, you could use any kind of oven. There's no specific cake for baking ovens as such, so you could use any kind of cake, whatever suits your requirement. You could bake cakes in OTG and microwave both, so it doesn't really make a lot of difference. I bake in both, and I don't really find so much of difference when I bake in the convection microwave or in the OTG. So that will be anything will be good. Only thing is that I find my baking in my convection microwave a lot more convenient, because it heats faster, and I think the temperature is so much more better regulated in a convection microwave. I prefer that. Anil, I've actually, you can see my video where I've used my oven, my Morphe Richards 40 liters OTG. I've given a how to use an OTG video. So you can see my oven in that. So otherwise, I normally don't show my oven in the videos, but I will definitely share a picture on my YouTube stories that I can do. Hi, Deepak. I'm sorry I missed your query. I'll just scroll up and see. I'm sorry, Deepak. I'm not able to see your query here. Can you please post it once again? I'm so sorry about that. Yes, Nisha, even I love the homemade candied orange peel. It's one of my favorite things to do during Christmas time. It's really nice. I'm happy you liked it. Anil, yes, I know. Even I need to try a lot of recipes, ice creams. There's something on my blog. If you can check, I can give you the link. Instead of baking and cake art, Prima, it is on Mission Road in Bangalore. But then it's a very old institute, and then there are also a lot of newer institutes which have come up. So maybe you could try and check them out. Also, they teach a lot of fancy stuff. Apart from the basic baking. So maybe you can try Lavon or even home bakers conduct a lot of workshops. Maybe you could check that also. Thank you so much, Sanishri. A bread you can use any both elements or just the bottom heating element. Anything should be fine. Whatever works for you better. So that is fine. There's no other any configuration as such. Only the placement of the rack where you place the tray in your oven. So if you are placing it on the bottom most level, then sometimes because it's very close to the heating element at the bottom, so things tend to burn there. So, but otherwise, you can place it on the lowest level or the level next to that. Yes, sir. And I will be doing that. I plan to do that. There's a lot of things planned. I only hope I'll be able to implement everything, and then things go well, and I'm actually able to bring out those videos for you. Prima, I learned it on my own after a lot of struggle. So I have made a lot of disaster bakes, and then because at that time I did not have any exposure, or there wasn't so much about the internet or any such things. So I was not able to go to any kind of a baking course, but I kind of learned it on my own. So, which is one of the things which made me start this channel and this series on my blog, because I wanted to, I can relate to people who are trying to bake at home, like, how you feel and what happens, and, what works. So, that is why I wanted to do this. Definitely, Sumangali, that is on the plan. I plan to do a lot of different things. Maybe I'll also do a black forest cake. But usually, these recipes are a bit involved. From the cake, you can't use just any cake when you make a black forest cake kind of thing. You'll need to use something called as a fatless sponge. In this kind of cake, you'll not be using any kind of butter or oil, or there's no fat in that. There's only eggs, sugar, and flour. So which makes the cake very dry when you bake it. It is not at all moist. So you can't just eat it on its own. You will need to soak it in some, brush it with some sugar syrup, and then put the cream and stuff, which is what we get at most bakeries outside. The cakes are brushed with sugar syrup, which is why they're so moist. So that kind of a cake is not really. I wouldn't recommend that for beginners, because it's a little difficult to get it right. So, which is why I've not made any of those things on the channel yet. I have one vegan recipe. I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of vegan stuff on my channel. There's one cake. It's called coconut and I think, yeah, jaggery and coconut cakes. I posted that a while ago, last year, I think. So you can take a look at that. But it's a really good recipe, and I really like that. I would really like to post more of eggless recipes and vegan recipes, but somehow I find that for me personally, recipes with egg in them work out better. So which is why I end up baking with eggs and then sharing recipes which have egg in them. Definitely most welcome. Thank you so much, Sumangali. I hope to see you around, and I hope you will share your pictures and your experiences and your recipes, and you'll keep interacting with me. So that will be really nice. Would you like me to make short videos and post them on the on YouTube stories? A while ago, somebody asked me how to know what is the wattage of your microwave when you put it on convection on your microwave mode. So I made a small video on my phone and I posted it on YouTube stories. So I thought that will be a good way to answer questions wherever possible. So would you like that? Please let me know. Or is there anything else you would like me to do? Niti, you can, again, it depends on your requirement, but I would suggest a minimum capacity of at least 40 liters, because then you can use it for a long time. Because as you start baking and then as you continue to bake, you will want to bake more and more, and then you will want to try different things. So you can't really restrict yourself to a very small tin size, or such things that will make it very difficult for you to try out new things. So it is good to have an OTG with at least 40 liters capacity, and then going down the line, if you want to bake more, then you could also go in for some 50-liter plus OTGs are available. There are some very good ones. Maybe you could go in for one of those, and you could bake a lot. Sandhya, I don't. I've actually honestly never used soya milk as a substitute for egg. I have tried using flaxseed paste, but then I don't really like the after smell, the kind of funny smell it gives. So I don't actually I don't prefer to use that, but yes, it's a good substitute. It's a very popular thing people use. So you can try that. Just make sure that you buy seeds which are fresh and then store them in the freezer. Otherwise, it starts giving out a very rancid smell, which will totally spoil your bake. Sandhya, no, you can't really improve the cake texture using flax paste or soya milk. It's not going to help that way. The cake texture depends on your recipe and the way you mix ingredients. Careful mixing and then baking it right and stuff like that. But otherwise, flaxseed paste or soya milk doesn't really have any kind of impact on the texture of your cake. So that's no, it's not that. Thank you so much, Priya. I've been meaning to do this since a very long time, but uh, I somehow, get sucked into so many different things. I've not been able to do this. I really and I sincerely want to do this more often. Even I've been looking forward to interacting with you all. It was, I was very excited this morning, and I was waiting for to come online. I can't see your query, Deepak. I'm so sorry. Can you please post it once again? Nithi, yes, again, this is something again commonly, this is a common question. It's a very frequently asked question. The weight of the cake with regard to the oven capacity. The weight of the cake doesn't depend on your oven capacity. It depends on the recipe. Some cakes, depending on the ingredients and how you bake them, the weight of the cake differs. So it's very hard to say that if you can bake a 2 kg cake in a 29-liter OTG. So you can, suppose your cake has a lot of dry fruit and nuts and stuff like that, then the weight of your cake will be more. It can be a small cake, but the weight of the cake will be more. So you can't really say that. Yes, I can tell you in terms of size, you can bake a 8-inch or 9-inch round and square tins in your 29-liter OTG. That is definitely possible. And I have never really weighed my cakes, so I really don't have an idea about that. I'm so sorry. Yes, Anil, I will surely do that. Please do keep checking your YouTube app. I'll be posting videos and random stuff also. So please be checking that. I will definitely do that. I've started. I should have done this a lot earlier, but I've recently started. The last few videos I had posted during December. Those were videos I have shot and edited on my own. So I'm trying to do that. So that is also taking me more time to, actually bring out stuff. So I want to be independent when I do this. So I'm doing that. Niti, you can go in for Morphe Richards 40 liters or 40 liters upward, anything 40 or upward 40 liters, that should be good. Or you could also try Sunflame and Chroma, that should also be good. Himani, where are you based? And yeah, so no, Deepak, it is important for the best texture of your cake. It is important that the sugar dissolves fully, otherwise it will feel gritty in your mouth, and the cake, the cake will not have that good texture. So please use either caster sugar, or you can also use the normal sugar. You just grind it in your smallest mixer jar, and then you will have some fine powdered sugar. You could use that also. Oh, Himani, I'm really not sure about anything in Punjab. I'm so sorry, I can't help you here. But you can. There's a lot of material online, and there are also a lot of online classes. There's of course videos on YouTube, and then blogs and websites. You can find plenty of material, but then it again all boils down to practicing it, whatever you learn. So you need to just keep reading or watching, and then baking on your own. That's the only way, and that's the best way to learn. Hi Swasti, so nice. I'm so happy to see that. I would really love to see her, Anil, so it will be really good. I did not understand your question, Niti. Can you please so what do you do, Swasti? Which class are you in? Which school do you go to? The total budget for baking items. I'm sorry, I did not understand that, Niti. If you're asking about what you would need to buy as a beginner when you are starting baking, then you don't really need a lot of things. Some very basic things like eggs, flour, sugar, butter, and oil. These are all normal pantry ingredients. So these should be sufficient. You don't really need a lot of fancy ingredients. Even cocoa, chocolate, all these things are don't invest in anything very expensive or fancy. So it's not at all required. You can do it down the line. That's good to know, Swasti. That's really nice. Do you have school? Have you? Are you done with your exams? Yes, Niti. You can. That's nice. That's really good. Aurangabad is a very nice place, I've heard. Yes, Niti, you can use, you can get normal things like flour, sugar, cocoa powder, butter, oil, eggs, and what else? You don't, vanilla, of course. Vanilla is very important. So you can try to use good quality vanilla extract. Try not to use essence. So I think you should be, that should be good enough. And then, if you want to bake something with chocolate, then either dark chocolate or cocoa powder. Not a lot of things. I'm not really aware of that, Himani. I'm so sorry. But why would you need it to be valid? I mean, like unless you want to. I'm really not aware of that. I'm so sorry. That's so sweet, Anil. I hope you bake, and I'm sure she enjoys your baking, Anil. Yeah, Deepak, what you can do is you can powder the sugar and use it, or don't use the normal granulated sugar. We get it in the shop because those what we get here in our country is not very fine. The crystals are quite big and they are very coarse, so it will not dissolve. So that's not going to feel very pleasant taste wise or texture wise. So you can use fine sugar, or you could also use powdered sugar, but weigh the sugar and make sure that you're using the same a weight of sugar which is mentioned in the recipe. That should be fine. Definitely, Priya. That's so nice to know. Built-in oven. How is it? How's it going? Faber is a very good brand. I've not I've really not had the chance to use a built-in oven so far, but I'm really looking forward to using it sometime. There's so many things to try yet, like inbuilt ovens and the gas ovens and all these deck ovens and stuff. So much to do. So, Himani, I'm sure you will really love the kind of stuff you'll be getting in Canada as compared to India. I'm sure you'll find lots of baking ingredients and, everywhere you go, unlike here where we really have to search for things. I hope you enjoy your stay in Canada and you have a good time and you get to bake lots of things. You'll be having a very huge oven also. There's no problem with power cuts and stuff. Uh, that's really nice. Thank you so much, Nithi. Surely, Priya, I will look forward. Please do send me the pictures. I'd love to see your oven. I'm sure you'll enjoy baking in your new oven. I hope I've responded to all the queries posted here. If I've left out anything, please do post it once again so that I can reply. Thank you so much, Himani. Anil, I've been in Bangalore since almost 20 years now. I'm from Karnataka and I've been in Bangalore since almost 20 years. Yes, Deepak. Yeah, KitchenAid is very expensive, and but it's definitely very helpful to have a KitchenAid. Some things you can do in the KitchenAid you can't really do with other things. It's a good thing to have, though it is not absolutely necessary that you have a stand mixer. I did not have one all these years. Like I started baking some 10 years ago, but I got the stand mixer only about 1.5 years ago, I think. Until then, I've managed to bake without the stand mixer. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's something good to have, especially if you want to bake commercially, or if you want to just try everything that's you can possibly bake. Then yes, definitely, then you can explore getting a KitchenAid. It's a good one. It's a good thing to have. Very helpful. Yeah, yes, yes, definitely. I will surely do that. What do you like, Swasti? What's your favorite bake? My experience with KitchenAid has been good, Deepak. So especially I really like the way I can, mix bread dough in the KitchenAid stand mixer without any effort. And even if the dough is quite watery, then you can still mix a good dough and make good bread using the KitchenAid. And also the way you can whip eggs and egg whites in the KitchenAid, it's really amazing. So I'm really liking using it. Yes, cake is my favorite too, Swasti. I really love eating cakes and anything sweet. Okay, even I like biscuits and chocolate ice cream. My children like it too. Hi there. For the next few videos, I am planning to do some more of how-tos, more than recipes. I was thinking I could do some basic stuff like how to make things like say caramel or caramel syrup and different basic things. What would you like to watch more of recipes or more of how-tos? Please let me know. Nithi, again, the weight of the cake doesn't depend on the tin size. It depends on the recipe and on the ingredients you'll be using. So it will be hard to say if you want to make a half kg cake, then what's the pan size you would need to use. It really depends on the recipe. Thank you so much, Sparkling Beauty. I'm really happy to know that you really made my day. Thank you so much. Priya, I've made a video on how to use a KitchenAid. I'm not sure if you're referring to the same thing. Yes, please do try baking a lot of savories. It's really nice. We should bake both sweet and savories. A KitchenAid is very versatile. Yes, you can use it for a lot of things. Yes, Anil, I will do that. But I can, as of now, I can definitely share short videos and pictures on YouTube stories. Are you planning to buy a KitchenAid, Priya? It's a good investment. If you're very serious about baking, then definitely it's a worthwhile investment. You should definitely go in for a stand mixer. Where are you put up, Sparkling Beauty? Yes, please do that, Priya. You will really like using stand mixer. It allows you to do a lot of things which you otherwise can't do using a hand mixer or these normal whisks and spatulas. So it opens up a whole new world for you. So please do try it. Nithi, I would really not recommend using non-dairy whipping cream. It's not really good for health, though it is the easiest to whip. If you want to whip cream and you don't want to take any chances, then non-dairy whipping cream is your safest bet. But sadly, it's not good for health, so I would really not recommend that you use that. You can use normal dairy cream. You need to find out which brand will work for you, so that will be a challenge again. So you can try your local brands of cream available in the local dairies. Just make sure that the cream is fresh, so that it works really well. And follow all these the small pointers. As always, details make a lot of difference. So the cream being cold and your beaters and the bowl, everything has to be cold. So if you do all those things, then you should be able to whip normal dairy cream also. But again, non-dairy whipping cream holds up really well. It will keep its shape. But dairy cream, it's a little difficult. The kind of cream we get here in our country, it's not easy to do that. But you can try. Oh yes, yes. Thank you so much. Yes, it's that's one of those things, very addictive. The caramel condensed milk. So I can keep eating it every day, a little, little. It's really tasty. Um, I have made it several times, and you can put it to different uses also. You can use it in cake, or you know, put a little bit, spoon it in your brownie batter, so that you have these pockets of caramel in your brownies and stuff like that. Thank you so much for trying my recipe. So I will be doing more live sessions like this one. So please do let me know if you have anything specific in mind we can do during a live chat. So then maybe I can try to do that. Yes, Niti, as I said, it's very, very difficult, and you will have to, it's as it is very difficult to whip dairy cream, and then getting it to hold its shape is another challenge. So that's very difficult. There's no doubt about that. But you can also try to stabilize the whipping cream. If you use dairy cream, Nithi, you can try using corn flour, or some people also use a gelatin. So you can try different methods. But then again, it will be some effort. I'll try to, if you can send me an email, then I can share some information with you, some things from my baking books. Maybe I can do that for you. I've not been able to make a video about that yet, so until then maybe I can share some pictures or something with you. Please do try it and let me know how you like the brownies. Yes, Priya. I'm one of those people who keeps, postponing things always, and having two kids around doesn't really make it any easy. If you have kids, then you can relate to what I'm saying, and especially if it is exam time, then you're very kind of uneasy about disturbing whatever little studies is going to happen at home. So, and then they have these exam times. There is half day. There are holidays, study holidays, and stuff like that. So, which is making it a little more of a challenge for me currently. You're most welcome, Niti. I really enjoyed interacting with you. I'm on Instagram also, so I'm trying to post stuff on Instagram as well. So, and I'm trying to be active on YouTube stories also. So even though I might not come out with videos immediately, I'll still be active there. I hope I'll see you there. I hope you have my email ID, Nithi. It is, you can find that in most of my video description box. It will be there. You can send me an email. I'll reply to that. No video, no, Priya. Actually, I need to be doing a lot more. I'm not really happy with, the way I've not been able to post videos. It makes me feel very bad about that. But I hope I will get back to that. People are doing so much more, so I really need to be, doing a lot more. I hope I'll be able to do that. What do you do, Priya? Have I left out any answering any questions here? Please let me know. I would like to. I will just take a look. That's really nice to know, Priya. It's really good to know. Thankfully, now the availability of ingredients in Bangalore and throughout the country is a lot more better. I hope you have visited these newer baking shops like Arif, that's in Kormangla. And definitely, if somebody is traveling back from the USA, then you should definitely get things from there. You will get a lot more variety and lots of stuff in the US as compared to what we get here. I was also thinking then maybe we can just meet up once somewhere in Bangalore. Then we can just have a small event kind of thing where we'll all just gather and say hello to each other. Would you like that? Let me know. We can plan ahead and then we can get together somewhere. Oh yes, that's really good, Priya. Then you should get a lot of stuff from the USA. It's really amazing what you can get. You know, the kind of brands and the variety and the choices you have there. You really can't get it here. And of course, things are very expensive also here. If you want to buy it on Amazon.com, then it's almost 2 to 3 times the price as compared to the US, Amazon.com. So you should really make your lists and keep them ready. And as and when your husband travels, then make sure you get a lot of things. That's really good. Which brand of vanilla extract are you using? Deepak, you get in Modi, you get just something called as dark chocolate, and there's no distinction like semi-sweet. You can just find dark chocolate in Modi, and you can of course get milk chocolate and white chocolate also in Modi. You can always, if you want to check the sweetness of chocolate, and if you're trying out a new brand or something which doesn't specify as semi-sweet or bittersweet or dark, then just make a small batch of cakes or brownies, and you can adjust the sweetness for the next batch. I usually prefer to add some instant coffee to my chocolate bakes because I find that it tastes a lot better, and then it has that very nice taste and that slightly bitter edge to it. So I really like that. Maybe you can try that. But the best way to do it is to bake something, a small batch of something, and then taste it, and then see how you want to. You can cut down on the sugar if you find it a little too sweet, or maybe add some coffee also. That will also help to reduce the sweetness in your bakes. And I also like coffee a lot, so it really helps me, and I really like adding instant coffee in most of my chocolate recipes. If you have seen my recipes, my recipe videos, I usually add coffee to my chocolate things. Yes, Vijay Lakshmi, this live video will be on my channel. I will make a separate playlist called as live chats and live streams or something like that. Then you can find this added there. I had earlier done one live chat. This was a while ago, so you can find that one also as well. Bindu, there are. I'm not able to immediately recall. Um, yeah, but Modi, I think, is one of the very easily available brands. Maybe you can try that. Where are you put up, Bindu? I think this is very commonly available, and you should be able to find it without any problem. Okay, Bindu. Then in Bangalore, it's the Modi is very commonly available everywhere. You can find it at most baking supplies stores. So, which area in Bangalore are you in? Modi is available at RF, then it is available at Institute of Cooking and Bake Art at Mission Road. And even in Seshadripuram, there's a shop called as General Food Additives. You can also try, uh, what's the name of that place? Ahmad, MK Ahmad. You can probably try if you can get it at MK Ahmad. Or then you can also buy it online. So I think it's very commonly available, Bindu. It is, you won't have any trouble finding it. I've been in Bangalore since the last 20 years, Bindu. I am from Karnataka. Thank you so much, Priya. I hope you will be able to. I will definitely upload it on these on one of my playlists. I'll make a separate playlist for this, and I'm sure you will be able to watch this. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching and being around on a Sunday morning when you probably are very busy with your family and the Sunday stuff. So thank you so much for being here with me. Yes, Vijay Lakshmi. Okay, so for Bangalore local sources, as I said, I think, yeah, I did mention Arif. Then there is Institute of Baking and Cake Art on Mission Road. There is General Food Additives in Seshadripuram. And there are a couple of MK Ahmad stores. I think you should be able to find there. But these are the popular places, and you should definitely be able to find most things here. Bindu, I like to use both my microwave and I mean, I don't really have think that taste or texture wise it makes a lot of difference to whether you bake in a OTG or in a convection microwave. But I think using convection microwave is more convenient. At least I find it more convenient, and it is I don't really have to struggle with the temperature in my microwave. So far, so good. It's been really working well for me. You can try both, and it depends on your individual requirement as to what you want to bake, or what's your requirement for baking. So depending on that you can take a call whether you want to invest in an OTG or in a convection microwave. I've made a video on how to what kind of an oven should I buy, and there's another video comparing a convection microwave and an OTG side by side. So maybe you can watch those videos, and then depending on what you think will suit your requirements better, you could go in for one of those. But whatever you buy, be it a OTG or a convection microwave, then you'll have to keep using it so that you get accustomed to it. So all ovens are slightly different. So you will have to use and use and use, and then you'll have to figure out what will work well for you. Definitely, Vijay Lakshmi, please do feel free to post your comments or send me an email. I'll definitely get back to you. Yes, Bindu. So, I will look forward to interact with you on YouTube stories and Instagram constantly. Please do drop in some time, and if you see my post, uh, I would love to see your comments on the post on YouTube stories or Instagram, wherever you find it more convenient to be on. It will really help us keep in touch, and I would also like to do whatever what you want to see. So please do keep interacting and let me know what you would like to see. Definitely, Vijay Lakshmi, I will give you my email ID. You can send me an email. And if you bake anything, please do send pictures to me. I would love to post them on my Instagram and YouTube stories. I would really like to, mention your name, or if you are on Instagram, I can tag you and then I can post the picture. I would really like to see that. Riddhi, coconut oil and baking. I don't think there's any particular benefit of using coconut oil in baking as such. Like it's a good oil to use. There's no doubt about that. Suitable for use in all sorts of recipes. Because I'm sorry about the sound disturbance. There's a lot of noise in the background. Some vehicles on the street. Yes, Riddhi, you can use any oil, but if you use coconut oil, because it has a very distinctive flavor and taste, you can use it if it goes with your recipe. But otherwise, I prefer not to use coconut oil in baking, though I use it in my cooking. But for baking, I would prefer to use any neutral, flavorless oil like sunflower oil, or yeah, sunflower oil mostly, or any other rice bran oil or any vegetable oil. I think that should work better, unless you're okay with the taste and the aroma of the coconut oil in your baking. I think you can use any neutral oil. any kind of oil which doesn't have a separate, a distinctive smell or taste. For example, coconut oil has this smell, and then extra virgin olive oil that also has a different smell of its own. So that may not go well with all sorts of flavors. Yeah, olive oil you can use, but extra virgin olive oil has distinct aroma, so I think you may want to avoid that. Yes, you can use olive oil, sunflower oil, rice bran oil, canola. I think not olive. No, not that Bindu. You can use pure olive oil or extra virgin olive oil works especially well if you are making pizza. But otherwise, I would stick to just normal regular olive oil. Olive pomace oil, I don't think it's good to use, so avoid using that.